I finally got to do my cold plunge out in water yesterday, in like a body of water in a river behind my friend's house who had a sauna, so it made it a lot easier. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I am bright and shiny today. And I tell you, going into that cold water in like a, where you can really submerge yourself and you're not like in a tub where you can't move, but like it was like instant clarity in my whole, it just does something amazing. So I highly recommend cold training. And I've been spending the past year doing a lot of cold training, a lot in the shower, a little bit in open water, not that much in actual winter open water, just because I can't find someone to go with me, but hopefully that's all going to change. All right. So yeah, because Sean was into it. He's like, when I said, let's go swimming in the river in the creek behind your house, he said, oh, that sounds insane and ridiculous. Let's do it. I'm scared. So anyway, I feel like when you're avoiding things, it's often a good idea to actually do those things. And one of the reasons, let's inhale open. One of the reasons I started cold training is because I really hate the cold. And I'm cold a lot. And I was like, you know what? I can change my relationship to it. It's, and how I feel when I'm in the cold. And it seems that it's good for people of all ages. There's a really great podcast. I'll see if I can find it and put it in the description that I listened to. It's the woman who Huberman used a lot of her research when he started talking about cold training. Okay, spiraling, twisting. And there's a really great podcast. I think it's a doctor in England talking to her. She's Danish and Sri Lankan. And right now I can't remember her name, but she's done all this research on cold training and it's so good for you. But what it does is it recruits white fat and turns it into brown fat. And brown fat is good fat. It is thermoregulating fat. It helps us maintain temperature. And it's healthy. It has jobs that are good. It's not just sitting there waiting to be used as a calorie. All right, let's open higher and bend your knees like you're painting the rainbow above you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. So exaggerate the breath. Breathe as if you're breathing out into your fingertips. So fingers, 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 wings of the lungs, wings of the heart. So you could like radiate your fingers out like that and then close into a fist. Throw out through the hands, close into a fist. Out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. And I'm also using this opportunity to go up to tippy toes and down, right? Just getting that extra little bit of balance. So up into the tippy toes and then down and plie, tippy toes, down and plie, tippy toes, woo, down and plie. Last one. We're going to do a lymph thing that's kind of, it's like you just lift and then kind of bounce, hard landing. So it's not only for your lymph, it's also for your bones, the bone density that would just come up and it doesn't really feel great. It's like, oh, you're giving your body a little jostle, but you're telling your bones to get stronger. And you're also giving that little bit of a shake that from the inside of your body is giving your body that little bit of rebound, right? Bump, bump. And that's going to affect the tissue, also get the lymph going. So then we're going to do some big diaphragmatic breathing. So deep diaphragmatic breathing, or it could be yogic breathing, like the deep yogic breathing. We're just going to take our hands onto like here's the edge of my diaphragm. I want to go just under my ribs, into my belly, and we're going to try and breathe belly, and then here, so that on the inhale, first exhale everything out. Inhale. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, upper lungs. Let it all out. Inhale deep down into your belly. Let your guts push down, diaphragm pushing the guts down. So that's how we're starting that breath, right? We want to make sure we're filling up the Great Basin. What was it called? Anyway, filling up deep down by our diaphragm pushing down, and then lower lungs, middle lungs, upper lungs. So let's do it with let's just inhale from the bottom into our belly. So, and then a little active push down. Belly, ribs, upper chest. And then try to breathe everything out so that you can fill up again. One more. So we can establish a different kind of relationship with our breathing by breathing better, right? By going like, oh, this feels a little challenging. Okay, there's something to change there. There's something to learn. And I feel like we've been so inhibited as breathers by be quiet, sit still, don't move. And that just shuts us down, right? So if you look at the way an animal breathes, they're breathing down into their belly. It's not this high breathing. Breathing into our belly is going to downregulate us, connect us to the earth, center us. Breathing up into here is going to make us more nervous and more up. And you can try it just up here, and you can feel, which can be exciting and cool, but also we want to get that foundational deep breathing going. All right, rubbing your hands together, going for the whole lymphatic flush. And all of these things really should be considered together, right? Like that it's not, right, this is going to be your right hand to the upper left quadrant, just around your clavicle, subclavian vein. This is the primary main gateway of the lymph returning into the bloodstream. And so we want to make sure that gateway is clear. So it's not coming back and then it's all blocked up, but it's coming into a clear open pathway. So here, and if you move your body a little bit, you'll get the inside and the outside. But going back to what I was saying about all of this stuff belongs together, like breath work, lymphatic flush, exercise, what you eat, how you sleep, like all of this can be thought of as being in the same health, right? You're doing the stuff to feel good and to be healthier, to live with more quality in your life, right? Feeling better. Same thing on the other side, left hand to the right. Here's my collarbone, my clavicle. It's right under there. So you can kind of go above it. You can go a little bit below it. And you can also move around so that the tissue inside, as I'm moving the tissue and I'm getting the movement from the outside. And I'm just going a little bit also over my upper trap and getting a little extra massage in there. Relax your tongue. Relax your neck and throat. And then we're going to go into the angle of the jaw with both hands, just coming in. Find the tempo and the depth that feels good. We're not trying to jam into our bodies and cause pain. We want to be like, And then also to really notice like sensation. Like sometimes people are very sensitive and like even just a tiny touch feels painful to them. Or sometimes like people don't feel a whole lot and you just can go in there and they're like, oh yeah, I don't feel anything. Right? That's a lot of armoring. So we want to find the relationship from both sides, like pushing in, feeling what it feels like on the inside and feeling what it feels like on the outside. Like, are any of these lymph nodes inflamed? You can go here under your jaw. And I have one that just seems to be perpetually inflamed right there. It's been like that forever. So like if you know what's going on in your body, squeaky, a little cat crying somewhere. If you pay attention to what's going on and have a relationship with your system, it's not like, oh my God, things hit you out of the blue. Like, why? I was feeling fine. But it's like, oh no, that lymph node was a little inflamed. I could feel something going on there. Shake it out, shake it out. Coming in to this place. Like, so here's your edge of your nostril, just a little bit above. There's a little indentation. Getting in there. Squeaky, come here. And then you're just going to make a pull under your cheekbone. Squeeze up your face. Got the squeaky deeks coming. And then we're going to go with the thumbs up. Here he is, my little gorgeous heterochromia cat. He's got 2 different color eyes. He's such a sweetheart. Anyway, then you're going to go up, thumbs up into your eyebrow. So heterochromia means his 2 eyes are different colors. One's kind of green, one's kind of yellow, or blue, sorry. One's blue, one's yellow. He's got like the Ukrainian flag eyeballs. Shake it out. And then just turn your head from side to side. As you're turning your head from side to side, see what's out there. If you can look far away out a window and get a real distance, that would be great. But also see what's close up, like just take in the space around you. As you're turning your head from side to side, you're giving your primitive brain, your brainstem, the information that you're safe. Everything's fine. You don't need to hold any extra tension, right? You don't need to freak out. Oh, freak out. Do, 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 do. All right, let's take the right hand to the left pec armpit, getting in there. Freak out. The freak, say she, freak out. Da, da. So I remember I used to love that song when I was a little kid. And then same thing on the other side. Squeaky. He's really noisy this morning. And then we're going to come into just below your xiphoid process and above your belly button, right in the middle. That's your cisterna chyli, getting in there. Oh, this one always feels like my body is like, oh, do you really have to poke me there? Not into it. But if I kind of curl forward, it doesn't feel so bad. And also it lets my abs release enough that I can push in a little bit, not fighting it. And then coming to the inguinal fold right here, getting in there between your hip bones and your pubic bone, lots of lymph nodes in there. And yeah, I usually start kind of moving a little bit as I'm doing this. Like it's just natural for me to have some kind of general flow happening. So you can do that. And then hands behind your knees in the eye of your knee. And release. So your lymphatic system is like the main detoxifier of your body. Well, that's not entirely true. We detoxify through breathing also, right? We inhale the oxygen, we exhale the CO2. That is detoxifying for us. So let's do one more breathing exercise. We're going to do this sipping breath. So it's like you're sucking through a straw or toking a joint, and you're going to pull as if you're pulling 2 strings up from the ground up to the ceiling. At the top, you're going to kind of cut it off and then blow it out the straw on the way out. So exhale, 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 and then inhale. And then push down. Right? If we ever get too excited, too up, takes our energy into the ground, right? It's grounding ourselves with a little bit of pressure to help push it down. So I feel like these tools are great for life. And it's funny because I was working with a lot of different teachers, learning stuff and whatever. I was already teaching a ton of somatic stuff, and I didn't quite understand like just how intense upregulation and downregulation can be, and the different ways to really shift them. So sometimes when I'm teaching, I can get really super excited. Bringing my energy back down and slowing myself down, coming down to the earth, coming down to the foundation is a skill that it helps you just feel more grounded. Sometimes people are too grounded, they're too slow and specifically organized, and they need more shaking up and freedom. Like they need more up here craziness, right? Throw your hands in the air and shake it like you just don't care. Like that important. That's really important for us too, to have this openness to creativity, to airiness, to like, oh, flightiness, right? So we're not just lumping along in our grind, super grounded. Like we're not a building and we're not just the air. We're like the trees. We have this capacity to be grounded and have this lightness and this fun up here. All right, let's take it down to the floor, laying down on your back, but just starting to think about that. And I remember talking to one of the women I was studying with and being like, I get so, and she's like, oh, you need to tune into your reproductive organs and ground. And I was like, is it my reproductive organs? Is it just any organ? Like, I mean, that is creative energy going down to the earth, connecting into the earth. But I think just slowing the exhale, slowing down is a great way to come down into yourself, right? We just need to go up to find the inspiration and down to find the ground. So we're going down onto the ground. Woo! It'll still be very exciting for me down here. All right, let's actually start in kind of a weird way. You're going to open your feet wide. You can't really see my feet because I'm doing the black socks on a black mat. My feet are open wider than my mat. I'm actually going to start with internal rotation here. Just spiraling in that internal rotation with that exhale, letting your sacrum really open up. So this lower back, we're just taking a little extra inner spiral. Most people aren't inner spiraling very much. There's more parallel and some external rotation happening. Some people inner spiral. But we want to just let the tissue have that nice internal rotation, like we're wringing inwards, one side and then the other. And this is massaging out my sacrum and lower back and my hip. It doesn't have to be like your biggest stretch, just really, we could consider it tissue prep, right? We're getting the tissue in our body ready to move more. And then let's come in and just stretch really long, reach it out, and exhale, take it in. You can leave your head on the floor. Stretch, get as long as you can. Exhale, pull it in. I said leave your head on the floor. You can, but you can also come up. Feels like I just want it to come up. So reaching out, lengthening, and then exhale up. Here, again, working with the breath, getting long, upper and lower, coming into center, balancing it out. Inhale, exhale. Try to breathe everything out. Expand and fill up. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale. Last one. And then open outside side. And we're going to rock from side to side, massaging through your lower back, massaging through your sacrum, massaging through your glutes. So I'm just bending one knee and straightening the other. What if I go over to that side with the bent knee? You can also go to that side with the bent knee. You can also keep both legs straight. Just play around with it. Let it be your own discovery of like what feels good. Do I like it better like this? Or the whole variety pack? Bring it all in. Really up to you. Right? So we did that internal rotation. Now we're opening it out. Right? We could go in and then out. Let's just do that. This is very pole dancery type exercise, but internal rotation here, and then come up and open it out. Feet down, knees turn in, come up, open out. Down and in. I'm not flourishing it. If I was pole dancing, I would probably be really doing these circles with the feet. I just started doing it. So that is the more exciting version, where you really use your feet and legs. Last one. And release. And come in. And let's warm up our backs just by lifting up and lowering down. Start low. You're not going to go to your highest lift, just a little lift and then lower. Feeling your heels connecting into the floor, feeling your toes connecting into the floor. So feeling your foot as a whole support, right? It's not doing some kind of weird crunching up on one side or squeezing your toes in. Just spread out your foot, feel your foot. So let this moment of going up and down not be so much about your back, but about your awareness of your feet connecting into the floor, right? What's going on with your toes? Are you balanced the inner outer edges of your foot? And if it feels like you're ready to start going up higher, start taking it higher, working your back a bit more, but still maintain this awareness of what your feet are doing. And then the next awareness is to think about how your legs are doing this. Are you engaging your inner thighs a bunch? Are your outer thighs kind of stretching? Are you staying parallel? Do you feel your hamstrings? We should be feeling our hamstrings. Do you feel your quads, right? Feeling the whole front, back, and sides of each leg. And just noticing how your weight is distributing with that. One more time, go up. And this time you're just going to push pull with your feet. As you're doing that push pull, see if you can relax your neck, head, and shoulders a little bit. So we're active and we're also really relaxing. Active through the hamstrings and butt, back of the body, extensors of the back are kind of working, but can you soften your shoulders and your head and your neck in this position? And then maybe press up a little higher, roll it down through your spine. Once you hit the floor, you're going to arch your back. So you're lifting your waist off the floor. There's room under there. And then you're going to flatten, curl, roll up. You're going to push with your feet. Chest goes to chin. Pull, knees go in the other direction. And roll down through your spine. On the exhale at the bottom. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, curl, rolling it up. Inhale. Chest fills up. Exhale. Knees go away from your head. Roll down through your spine all the way to the floor. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl, roll it up. Inhale, push with your feet, chest to chin. Exhale, pull, knees away from you. Roll it down through your spine all the way to the floor. Inhale, arch. Exhale, rolling it up. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Roll it down all the way into the floor. And one more time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, roll it all the way up. Inhale, exhale, roll it down. And instead of going into a happy baby from here, let's just do knee drops. So as an intermediary step between the hamstring work and the hamstring stretch, between the bridge and then the happy baby, we're just doing the spiral just to soften the tissue again. So it's not really activated, it's relaxing and letting go. So you want your two legs to be very individual. One leg moves, the other leg moves, really relaxed and easy. And then taking both legs up, shake it out, and take a happy baby pose and let yourself play around in the baby. Breathing into it. Again, another opportunity to open up that sacroiliac, which is where your lower back is, or your back is joining onto your pelvis, your sacrum. Sacrum and iliacus. And then come in and you're going to just, I'll show you this, maybe this way is the best way to see it. You're going to like move your pelvis like this. One leg high and then the other. So your rib cage and hips are coming close together on one side and then the other. It's like a little C curve. You can bend your knees, you can stretch out through your feet. You can make this as playful or as unplayful as you like. And then bring it in. Let's turn both legs in, both knees in, feet are pigeon-toed and knock-kneed. And let's just do a little up and down. Just a couple of those, because I actually want to take this into the using your weights and circling around your body with weights. So finding your set of weights, if you have them. If you don't have them, no problem. If you have one 5-pound weight, you could use that. I think I'm going to go with the full set of my weights. So 6 and 6. But I'm doing a lot of arm work these days. So, I think that I will be okay with this. Legs together, circling around. Inhale, open. Exhale as you come up. And then change direction. This feels way different with 12 pounds than it does with 6 pounds. I'll tell you that. And then come in, let it go. We're going to I'm just going to use one set of weights, just my 3-pound weights. And you're going to take this really light. You could use no weights if it hurts at all. So my hands are out to the sides. I'm going to spiral and look at each side. So I'm twisting and I'm looking toward the palm of my hand, and then I'm twisting, looking toward the palm of my hand. And then the one that's going down is twisting out. If this feels like too much, then make it smaller or get rid of weights, right? Good. And then come in. Let's just do some flies. Really easy. I'm going to go for heavier weight for this. You can do it with no weights, with light weights, or with heavier weights. I have now 6 in each hand, just opening and closing. Inhale, open. Exhale, close, using your breath. Think about the breath going all the way down into your belly. So don't squeeze your abs so hard that your breath can't descend. And then you're going to internally and externally rotate. You can bend your elbows here. Feel your scapula moving around underneath you. So the scapula, relationship to the scapula, into the humerus, through the radius and ulna, out through the bones and muscles of your hands and fingers, is like getting a lot of mobility, a lot of spiraling, right? This spiraling is one of the recuperations from spending a lot of time on a keyboard or on your phone texting. All right, put your weights down. Let's do this. Legs, one leg in, the other one out. We're going to do 3 switches. It goes 1, 2, 3, and then the legs circle away from each other, open. Other leg in, 1, 2, 3. Open it out. I'm going to go pointed here, pointed. You probably can't even barely see my feet because I'm wearing black socks. Flex and point. 2, 3. Open it up. Point. 2, 3. Flex. If your neck or shoulders get tired, just drop your head down to the floor. And really listen to that, right? Everyone's putting a ton of extra stress into their neck and shoulders. I think I just changed my flex and point pattern. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Open it out. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Open it out. Shake it all out. And let's just do a little free flow. Let's just do it with the arms. So it's like you're conducting the big orchestra, and we're going to use a theta breath. So it's a soft, really soft release of breath with your tongue just behind your teeth. And let yourself conduct the most magical, fantastic Fantasia orchestra ever with your arms, and free up the patterning that you're holding of how you hold yourself. So you're giving yourself freedom to explore. right? The wings of the heart, the wings of the lungs, the beginning and end of your heart in those little capillaries at the tips of your fingers. So for me, what I'm finding really interesting is feeling this relationship of my rib cage to my scapula all the way out to my fingers. So when I mobilize in different ways, I can really massage out my scapula and free up my rib cage and lungs. And free up my imagination too. Like I feel like I'm casting spells here. So like cast the spells of what you want in your life, what feels good, kindness to yourself, kindness to the planet, kindness to all of the creatures, even the inanimate objects, right? Can we be kind to the rocks? So there was a point where I was doing like a lot of rock work in my garden, and keep doing your dance with your arms. And Anthony and I would go out and like we'd be driving around somewhere and we'd see like rocks on the side of the road in the countryside. And I'd be like, let's go get those rocks. And we would go and snag some rocks. And I always kind of felt like, what if I'm taking these rocks from somewhere where they really belong? And I shouldn't be taking these rocks. I mean, it's the side of the road, it's in the countryside. These are natural rocks. They're not rocks somebody placed there. But you know, in Iceland, if they're going to build a road, they have somebody talk to like the little people or the wee people or the elves or whatever they are to find out if it's okay, right? There are systems. Anyway, now I'm just waffling on about it, but I feel like sometimes, you know, nature belongs where it is, right? Instead of me adjusting it so that I can have this perfect thing in my garden, which of course is imperfect anyway. Let's make big circles with the arms. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath through your lungs. So your whole workout could be a breathing practice. And then let's open up into an X, opposite arm to leg, elbow to knee, coming in and out. Exhale up, inhale down. So what I'm playing with right now is, can I let myself really relax when I come down before I go again? So I let my neck and shoulders have some relaxation. So I come up very engaged and then come down and really let go. Engaging up, letting go, spreading out on the ground. Exhale, and then inhale. Radiate away from center, melt into the floor. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Open it up, last one. Exhale, inhale, and then just shake yourself out. Shake, 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 jiggle, relax your tongue, relax your throat, shake your arms and legs, and roll over. And let's come up. Let me just check the time. Okay, we're good. Let's come on to, let's do a little bit of weights here. This is going to be an interesting experiment. So weight, if you're injured and you don't want to use weights, don't use a weight. If you feel okay, you're going to use a weight. You're going to come onto hands and knees, and you're just going to open up to the ceiling and then bring it back down. Opening up to the ceiling, bringing it back down. Opening it up, look up, and exhale down. Open it up and exhale down. We're going to slightly change it. I just need to change my camera so you can see. You're going to go up to the top. You're going to go up to the top and you're going to circle, I'm going to come down, circle your wrist around. Let that circle move down into your body. And then change direction, same thing. And then release it down. Other arm up, circles. Opening chest and lungs, feeling connected through your body, and change direction, circle the other way. Letting the radius and ulna move around, feeling the connection down through your scapula, and come back down. Let's do something different. You're going to try opposite arm to leg, out and in, out and in, out. If you want to get rid of your weights, get rid of your weights, out and in, out and in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and come down. Take your arms out to the sides. Remember this exercise we were doing? Same thing. Try to leave your elbows in the same place. Look to one arm. This would be totally enough without the weights. So you can try it with no weight. Sometimes the weight is too much. And I have one of these like sports bras on, which goes over my upper traps. My body does not like that. It just is what happened this morning. And I can definitely feel a lot more tension up here. So that's what happens to me when I wear this. So as I do it with the weights, I'm like, oh, this does not feel good. If I didn't have this sports bra on, if I had one that was over the edges of my shoulders, not coming up over my traps, my upper traps, it'd be different. So you got to listen into your body. All right, we're taking them back out there. We're going to do the wax on, wax off Karate Kid. So you're waxing on, waxing off with your scapula, the back of your body, and your arms are going along for the ride. And then change direction. Hey, Squeaky. Hey. Hello. I just want to point out the size of this cat. He's huge. He was 4 pounds when I got him. I don't know what he weighs now, but he's huge. He's like getting bigger than Gaylord. He's longer than Gaylord. Gaylord's more rotund. All right, go on then. Go do it. All right, hands wide, knees wide, circles. Shift your whole body from side to side. So not just your arms and chest, but you're shifting your hips side to side, and you're circling up and down in the upper body. And then change direction, go the other way. And then come up, and let's open up into, actually, I want to do a little bit more arm stuff. I want to do a push-up from a downward dog. So what you're going to do, hands are going to be shaped like this. Can you see? Yeah. So it's like you're making a diamond shape. The more wide the diamond shape, the easier it is. The tighter, the harder. And you're going to try and at least get them sort of related over your head. So I'm going to walk my feet in. You can bend your knees here if your hamstrings are tight. If you're looser, you can just come up over your hands. Head toward the floor, elbows out to the side. Use your breath. Two more. And release. I gotta say, normally this guy does not come in here and hang out during class. It's pretty exciting to have the squeaky deek in the room. He's been particularly needy this morning. Open it up into a big straddle, circling around. And then change direction, go the other way. When there used to be dance teachers that I knew, ballet teachers that would come to class with their dogs. Their big dog would come and sit under the piano during class. I even knew people that came and took class with their dogs. They brought little handbag dogs to class with them in their handbags. And I have my little hand cat right here. All right, opening your arms out. We're going to take it over to the side. Side stretch, breathe into it. Try to make sure your sit bone on this side that your arm is up is connected to the floor, so it's not popping off. Connected down, breathing into it. Turn and face your leg. Take it into center. And then come up over to the other side. Turn and face your leg. Walk it into center. And then push the floor away and come up. Bring your legs together. Just give them a little bang. Up and down, in and out. Let's do some mobility stuff, moving across your butt. So you're going to roll onto one butt cheek and then the other, massaging it out. Oh, you can come up and spiral, but still stay seated. So we're not coming down to the floor, just rolling across spiral. We're going to take this a little bit further in a second. So the next thing you're going to add, you're going to roll spiral and you're going to leave your knee on the floor, but lift your foot up. The foot comes down, you roll over to the other side, knee stays on the floor, foot picks up. Foot down, roll it around, pick it up with just the foot, other side, pick up your foot. And changing it to the next version, you're going to go to your side and you're going to pick up the whole leg. So knee and foot pick up and then put it down. Over to the other side, knee and foot pick up and put it down. Roll around, pick it up. So if you try to stay tall and lift your leg, it's going to be a lot more work. If you let yourself go forward and lift your leg, it might be more doable. So you can either try and stay vertical and lift your leg, or not vertical, but no hands on the floor, or you can let yourself tip forward and lift the leg and make it a lot easier. Hello, booty. Shake your booty. Yeah, and there are the two songs Linda corrected. There is Shake Your Booty and also Shake Your Groove Thing. This was a question in class I was wondering about it the other day. Okay, now we're going to add one more thing. You're going to come across. You're going to lift up your leg. Then you're going to stretch it out behind you. Fold it in, lower down. Take it over to the other side. Lift up your leg. Stretch it out. Lengthen. Fold it in, lower down. Cross it over. Pick up your leg. Reach it out. Fold it in, lower down, over to the side, pick it up, reach, bring it in, lower down, over to the side, up, out, in, down, over to the side, up, out, in, down, and relax. Enough of that. Let's just stretch our hips from there, pressing your ankle over your knee, take it into a forward fold, breathe into it. Let your head and neck release. And then foot on the floor, knee into your chest spiral. Get tall. Feel both sit bones reaching into the floor. And then come in, heel into your groin. Inhale, lengthen up, straight down over your leg. Breathe into it. And then inhale up, open it up, take it sideways over that leg. Side stretch. Inhale, lift, hand on the floor in the back. Arch it up, take it into a big back bendy spiral. Breathe, open. And then swing around and come down, switching it to the other side. Yeah, here I am in the mat sharing program. This is how that works out. Somebody definitely gets a better deal than the other person. Take it down, breathe into it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Release into it. Maybe a little bit of micro movement if you're tight somewhere, which obviously this is my tight side. And it requires a little bit of a different situation in each stretch. Foot on the floor, spiral. Get tall, feel both sit bones in the floor. And then release. You could do a little counter stretch if you need to. Heel into your groin, sit up tall, lengthen it out, fold forward. Breathe down into your lower back. And then come up, sideways over your leg. And inhale up. Take it into your big archy spiral back bend, pelvis going forward, arch back. If it feels good to drop your head back there, do it. And release and circle down. And take your legs underneath you. Butt up to the ceiling. Shift from side to side, bend one knee, bend the other. Let your head and neck totally release. And then roll up, coming all the way up to the top. And inhale, open, fill up, gather in, and then let's take it down, rounding your energy. Opening up, light, free, and easy. Exhale, finding your flow, bringing it down. Inhale, open. For those of you who usually take class with me or watch my class online, this is a very rare thing. The little white kid has taken to sleeping up there. So the pea pod has been not entirely ousted, but she's up there a lot too. But Squeaky Deeks is getting into the cat tower again. When he was little, he totally commandeered the whole tower. And then actually it was when, Catherine, it was when you came and visited that the pea pod learned how to get up there. And then she started going up there too. All right, that is the end of class, TV Land Humans. If you have made it through, bravo, like and subscribe, share, give me money if you want to. And I'm going to